I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. How we doing, everybody? How are we doing? Welcome to the Round 9 fan cams. It's the Blues 15 goals, 15, 105, beating the Greater Western Sydney Giants 11 goals, 9, 75. I told you all during the week, just relax. This is not David Teague's Carlton anymore. It's Michael Voss's Carlton. It's a different team. This is a different team. This is not what it used to be. And the sooner we start realizing that, the sooner we can all enjoy it together. That was great. That was a great, tough performance. Challenged all day. Just, this is great. What a time to be alive. We're 7-2. What do you mean? For those that are new to fan cams, welcome. You will see the link in the comments. I'm going to put it in right now. So if you want to join the fan cams, if it's your first time, now is your time. The link is in the comments right now. If you want to join, hit the link. You will go into the waiting room. I'll get you in as soon as I can. Let's enjoy ourselves, eh? Let's enjoy ourselves because today was a good win, and we get to enjoy it yet again. Going to start as we always do with the Pom. Where is he? Woo!
Okay, tell you what, these baggers just keep on winning, don't they? And fucking me, Paolo, we were pushing the agenda. We were winning this week, weren't we? So, and you know what? You touched on something there. Let's start fucking enjoying this a bit. Do you know what I mean? There is way too much of it every week.
Yeah.
We're going to lose. Oh, no, same old cow and rah. Get behind these boys and start enjoying it. Because I tell you what, I've gone through it with my club, Rangers. When it's shit and it's horrible and you hate every game and you just want to be back. And when you finally back there, it's so good to be there together and be able to hug each other and hold each other and go, we're fucking there, because that is maturity. Leon Cameron's lost once. You know what, Leon Cameron? Fuck off. I hope your missus leaves you from dinner, because the fucking Blues did it, man. I am so proud of everyone who's involved with this football club at the moment, because they did it the hard way, didn't they? They did it the fucking hard way. And you know what we always say, Carlton are soft, Carlton are pathetic. Tell you what, they stood up and they smashed Coggy and Taranto into the ground and fucked them off back to their yachts. Come on, Blues!
Mate, the four people I spoke to seem to have been on the same wavelength this week. You, Paolo, and Joe, even Fab to an extent as well. And everyone else I felt was just doom and gloom. Harry's out. We're stuffed. Oh, you don't know we don't understand what output he has for the team. Mate, we're underestimating how much ticker this group now has, man. Whenever there's a challenge that's thrown at us, we're willing to at least have a crack. Mate, we had 8 players under 22 years old, 22 years of age play today. 8 players under 22 play today. And we are, mate, this is what it's all about, mate. What do you mean?
Mate, spot on. I mean, you've got to remember where we were this time last year, and we had a game against this mob where every team around us fucked up and we still had a chance of finals. And what did we do? We absolutely imploded. You saw, and it was exactly the same as this game. We looked pretty good at the start. They started throwing their muscle around and we went into our shells. And, you know, credit to Teague. I mean, credit to Voss. He changed some things around in the third. We started to see Cripps live in the forward line. We said it on fan cams. He had to do something. He did it. And you know what? This winning does something to you. I can't, working in development, when you get a staff member who fucking gets it, they keep getting it. It's a weird thing. The penny drops and you're like, fucking hell. Fucking hell, they're good. They're starting to believe, so we've got to get around them now. They are going to drop games. They ain't going to be perfect. They're miles away from the finished article. But this is the game top teams win when there is an excuse. And they never talked about excuses. Voss was adamant that they were going to go in and it was next man in. And you know what? They proved it. So credit where credit's due. This side now knows winning. That's what it knows.
Yeah, I sense. I mean, like I said during the week, we've seemed to have built this serious momentum, which we have, obviously 6-2, feeling good about where we're at. And for a lot of these boys, if not all of them, it's been nothing but losing. So now that we finally have this momentum that we've never had before with this group, you can see they don't want to lose it. They're desperate to keep it going. And like you said, the challenge is, we knew Bruce was going to be a real challenge today, and he was. He really got on top of Tom DeConing. We lose Zach Williams to a suspected Achilles. It ended up potentially being not as bad as what it initially looked like. Just things coming our way. Brody Kemp, obviously playing down back, giving away a few goals. Obviously still worked hard, but just challenges. Young group, young boys. I don't know. When do I slip in about Corey Durden? Can we talk about Corey Durden, or what's the situation, mate?
Well, I mean, you fell in love with him when we first did the little draft preview for him. So before he was even on the list, and there was him or James Rowe, and we were team Dirds.
The only two people that wanted Durden.
I'll tell you what. You know what I love about him is he kind of embolizes what we are as a football club. And I'm starting to see a fear in this side. And I saw it last week massively in the last 10 minutes. And I saw it this week in the last 10 minutes of the second. A fear of losing.
Yeah.
It's a fear of losing. And it's a good fear because they don't fucking want to anymore. They're not fear because it can happen. They know they can fucking stop a loss. And Durden, that third quarter, he did the simple things, stayed in the forward line, and he didn't get the goals that he probably deserved. But I tell you what, how did they get it out? Durden is an animal. And you know what? Another one of your boys, Fisher, he gets called soft all the time. Gets called soft, flash Harry, thinks he's better than he is. Tell you what, when they put him on the ball in the third, he took the piss. He took the piss. And I tell you what, Fisher now, he has a fucking belief. If Fisher's watching this, bring back the Sticks Kernahan haircut, mate, because you're playing like it. You're playing like a fucking star.
Mate, it's great. It's just so good. Love everything about what's happening and just going to soak it up. And, mate, we're 7-2. What do you mean? Like, this is unbelievable right now, what we've done as a club.
Next week it's tough. You've got a team that's flame. But I'll tell you what, if any team can batter them, it's us. If any team, because this is a belief now. And before I do go, let's talk about this little guy. Tell you what, never gives up, does he? Harry McKay, who? I mean, Charlie took 3 guys on today, and when the chips were down, true champion stand up. Charlie Curnow, piss taker. I'm so proud, honestly. I had a bit of a cry. When I came off the fan channel, I had a bit of a cry to myself. Carlton have made me cry twice this year because, honestly, doing this show with you and the people in there, you all deserve it. I've had your inboxes where people have been fucking suicidal. Embrace it, man, because it's a great place to be and it's a privilege to be part of this journey and see the baggers back to where they deserve to be. 7-2, top 4.
Well said, mate. Well said. Love you. Love everything about what you've brought to the community. And, mate, speak to you during the week, brother.
Let's fucking kill some swans. Get up these blue baggers. Come on.
Love it. Love it. Dale V with the $5 donation says, great day for my teams. FA Cup win in the morning. Blues win in the evening. Chest out at work tomorrow. I feel you, Dave. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Let's get the wogs. Get the wogs into the fucking game.
You know what? I usually don't say this, but I love being right.
Paolo, there were 4 people I spoke to that were on the same wavelength.
It says it all the time.
Relax. It's different. It's not the old Carlton. We're good.
Correct. It was a very comprehensive display in the last quarter. You could see the writing on the wall in the third term if we actually hit it on the scoreboard. It's just a matter of keeping up the momentum and being clean going forward. And, mate, how good? 7-2.
What are you doing, Mr. Maloney, mate? What's going on, mate?
Left the baptism early. Had a wog fucking baptism left. Came here.
No, he didn't. He just put the suit
I
jacket on for this.
I put the navy blue suit jacket on just for this. How good was that? How good was that? Look, I knew the boys would step up, but structurally we had them all sorted. I thought our backline was very sound. Kempy just slotted in. There were little hiccups here and there, but you know what? That's all part of it. It's all part of it. And if you're winning and still screwing up, how good's that? Durden, B-O-G. Little Durden Chich. Little Durden Chich. B-O-G.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty good. Your boy Fisher was fantastic today. I thought he's gone back-to-back best games for the club, I reckon, just quietly. I thought he was fantastic. He's coming into his own.
And to do it without Cripps having a big game either, that shows it as well. He just did his thing, Cripper, played his role.
Going back as well to selection, they haven't really. I mean, everyone's saying, "Oh, get Darwin, get Darwin, get Darwin." It's just a pointless. It's a pointless exercise because
you're not a selector. They are.
But our midfield is almost beat upon nearly everyone they've played this year. Really, I mean, I was getting frustrated with the centre clearances, which was but around the grounds, I thought were pretty dominant for the second half. You'd say so.
I'm a fairly humble bloke when winning, but I'd say this: we're a damn good team right now.
We are.
We are a damn good team, and we're a hard team to play. And our losses have stacked up really. Like the form guide, it's not like we've just fallen off a cliff. Gold Coast up there, they're a damn good team up there. Freo over there, no one's going to beat them this year over there. We're playing good football at the moment. And get to the bloody Marvel Stadium next week, whatever the fucking ground it's called. Marvel, Etihad, Colosseum Stadium, whatever it's called. Just get to the fucking ground and pack the place out. Because I'm sick and tired of going interstate and being outnumbered make them feel like they're embarrassed to be there.
Correct.
Go and make it ruckus. Because I'll tell you right now, when I go interstate, I get handed it to me. So let's make them feel that way. South Melbourne shitheads.
So Friday night's going to be a fucking scene, mate. I'll tell you that much.
It's arguably the biggest game for the club in the last 20 years. I'm talking where we're positioned on the ladder,
and where they
home game, and all that. So,
but that was as good a win as we've had in the last decade. That's as good a win.
Yeah.
Well,
backs against the wall, not ideal, but mate, it's just as I said in the preamble to the game, there was enough there for us to not be too worried, if that makes sense.
And people didn't think it was coaching. And people didn't think it was coaching last year, please. Yeah.
So, there's a bit of a steely resolve about him. And I think it all really started from Vossi's presser at the start of the week. I know it's something simple, but, mate, he's just well, whatever, Harry's down. Away we go.
You can't replace him. We're not going to be able to replace Harry over the next 5 weeks. But we sure as hell can change the way that we play around him. Simple as that. And look what we did tonight. We still kicked 15 goals.
Yeah, 15.
Without one of the best forwards in the comp, if not the best.
Yeah, I mean, also, if you look at this time last year, we played Sydney over there. It was a bit wet. We brought in Levi Casbold. Everyone was losing their shit about that. Today was a Smalls day. We selected the team based on the conditions, and it's not going to work all the time. But today they nailed it.
You carry on.
I'll take over. No, as I said, I think it was very, very structural based, and as I said, I think confidence, belief system, and mentality is what's gonna get you over the line. Michael's got something.
Up the Giants, baby! Hey, Leon Cameron, up yours, mate.
It's Marzy's big finger. Marzy's taking it in the background. Here he is, the big boy.
Where is he? The big Marcelo. Ella. Different.
Different there.
So, no, it's very exciting. It's what more can we say, mate? This is what we've been begging for how long, mate? For how long? And it's not like we're scraping over the line, mate. We put a sword to them in the last quarter.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a percentage boost as well, and now we're equal third, we're equal third, really.
Yeah, we are.
Locked away our spot in the top 4. And you know what I've also liked as well is that every time teams around us have sort of fallen away, or like St Kilda had that win yesterday, we've gone out and done the job. So, we've kept at arm's length with the teams that are chasing us, and we're away from the rest of the pack. And bring on next Friday.
Bring on Friday, boys. Bring the noise. Let's go.
Let's go. So, yeah, mate, looking forward to it. I think we might be recording the JP tomorrow. Rocco's a bit crook, but we might push it back a day, or we'll see what happens. But as far as we know, we're going to record tomorrow night. So
enjoy the win.
Bring it on. Enjoy it, savor it, and make sure you get to Marvel Stadium on Friday night.
50,000 there. See you there, boys.
Baggers.
Blues.
What a star. Christian.
Terry, how are we, mate? What a bloody
Mate.
win.
Mate. It's so good. It's
Mate,
so good.
I interesting week for the boys. Harry
Yes.
down. Lewis Young out late with his health safety protocols, going in with a couple doubts. Well, what's going to happen? But, mate, I'm so happy. That is one of the best performances, even just to break the mental barrier of beating the Giants at their bloody home ground. We finally did it. And just we've finally gotten to the point where we're playing as a team. And even how good is it to see? How good is it to see? Like, Charlie popped up when we needed him, mate, last quarter, 2 goals. And geez, our mate Fisher. I remember coming on a couple of weeks ago and I asked you, what you thought of Fisher, what his role was. Your man, you backed him. And he's had 3 weeks of insane footy he's played. And when he's chucked in the middle, creates play. I thought Durden was amazing. Thought Durden played one of his best games. Just all-round team performance. And even, Prusy, did dominate, did out-muscle Tom de Koning, but our midfield boys, how good.
Yeah.
Just an even spread.
And that's the thing. Like, we know we've got shortcomings. We know Tom de Koning's not the version of himself that he's going to be when he's at his best. We know that he's going to go through these periods in the next couple of weeks, months, let's say for the rest of this year, where there will be ruck when that beat him, and we know it's coming. We know we're going to struggle when Lewis Young's not playing. We know that challenges are coming, but they just got this resolve. This group, there's a different commitment from the group.
I know, and I don't know. Well, I thought our backline today, given we could say we're undermanned a few key players, I thought they were great.
Yep.
I thought Kempy, I thought to step in that late, I thought he was great. Wiedering, mate, he's the commander down there, holding us up, just great. Doc again, I thought we were great. Zach Williams goes down. To be fair, I've liked and loved in the last couple of weeks too of halfback. Big loss, given, and as well, I just love how, which I haven't said in ages, love how the club handled it. Vossi came in Thursday, presser, and he's like, that's great. Harry's down. We know what we need to do.
Yep.
And we showed up. And look, I don't blame Carlton supporters for having doubt this week because it's been so long of the same thing. But Terry, mate, we bloody showed up and we won. And 30 scoring shots we had that third quarter, could have kicked a couple more, but 30 scoring shots we had with Charlie only impacting in the last. And he played very well coming up the ground, and Harry out.
Yep.
Friday night, Sydney, I'm G'd up. We're all there. I cannot wait.
I love it. Let's get there. Let's make some noise. Let's enjoy the week again. And then Friday's a big fucking test for this group.
750 time slot, mate. 750 time slot. Marvel to lock our spot in the top 4. When? How long's it been, mate? How long's it been with this feeling? 7-2.
It's the best. It's
amazing.
I'm on cloud 9. I love it, mate. Love you. Thanks for joining.
Cheers, Tez. Go Blues.
What a start. Gavin Whelan, $3 donation. Thank you, sir. Voss has this team humming, he says. And he's followed that up with another $8. And he says, we are quietly and professionally sticking it up to the rest of the competition. The baggers have arrived. Love your work, mate. All right, who have we got next? Mark and friends.
Hey, come on, everyone. Get up in the bounce. Get up in the bounce. How are you, Mr. Presidente, Mr. Entrepreneur? I've obviously got Alex, my mum Pina, and obviously her best friend Sonia. We're all jumping on board tonight. Got to spread the load.
Love to see it. Love to see it. How good is it being a blue bagger right now?
Hey, Tez, how fucking good is it winning? No Mackay, no Young, no worries, mate. Bossy masterclass. That's all we need.
Boss,
8 players under the age of 22 played today. 8.
You want to say something, Sonia? Yeah, let me get the screen.
Sonia,
Yeah,
give
no,
us something. What's happening?
There you are, at the back. Sonia.
Hello.
Terry, I've watched you every week for a long, long time. Always wanted to get on and never had the courage, and you go on about flags won. I've seen 8, But I'm telling you now, this team will win at least 4.
Wow.
I'm calling it.
Wow.
They have what it takes. And this game tonight will actually set up our season even more than the last 6 weeks.
Yep. Yeah.
Mar, you want to say something?
Me.
First time you're on.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever you think.
I think I'm loving this side. I'm loving watching them play. Even not having a full side, it's just magnificent. They all just step up and do what they have to do, and I'm just loving it. It's fantastic.
It's good to
and
hear.
And no longer are we going to games thinking, I think we'll lose this one. We're confident again.
That's true.
And it's exciting to be back at the footy.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we've waited so long just to be good. I mean, we're going to win 4 flags. I agree, Sonia. That's what's happening. But I just want to see a good team first. And the change in 12 months, like this was so diabolical last year. And it's amazing what can happen when they turn it around.
Yeah.
I will just say before Alex, I'm sure he's going to have a fair few more points to say as well as myself. Under David Teague and co, we simply lose that game. It's just, it's seriously a no-brainer. The testament and grit of this club, and like I told you last week, which we've done today, we've created history. It's the first time we've beaten GWS over at Giants Stadium to kick the ton, led for the whole game, barring, of course, it was level at half-time. This group is coming a long way. And, it's another 3 wins in a row after the second interstate disappointment against Fremantle. But this was the one that I told you last week, that even though they're bottom 4, but we can't treat this side as an easy beat because we still know that this is a hurdle, another small hurdle that we really needed to obviously break through. And we did. We really did. A very even spread. You saw against the Richmond game, we kicked over 100 points and we had multiple goal scorers. Today, we had 5 blokes kick 2. Durden, Jesus, Charlie Curnow, the King turned up in the last quarter, Zach Fisher, and Sam Walsh. It's a testament to this club. It really is, all from top to bottom. And I just can't wait that next Friday night, and you've been driving this, and I am too, if there's not a record, Carlton, Sydney at Docklands in Melbourne, 50,000 people, there'll be people standing on other people's shoulders. That's how much Carlton supporters there's going to be. If we've got 80,000 members right now, get the Italians, get all the Lebanese, we'll have bloody 200,000. We'll have more than any other club in the freaking EPL. What about the Greeks? Oh, the Greeks, mate. Get all the Europeans in. It'll be a Carlton virus.
Bring them all. Bring them all. The belief is really growing. Alex, what about you, mate? What did you see?
Oh, man, look, there was a bit of fear coming into this game, just given the PTSD that we've just really struggled to beat GWS, and they've just always pulled their best football against us in previous years. But today, I think it was really good to see the good start. They kept coming back at us, but the good thing was we just kept going back at them and kept answering every single time they come to us. And that's just a signal of maturity. You say it week in and week out, man. Like we've watched this team from, when they first got drafted to watching them now, man. Like we've watched this group grow before our very eyes, man. And I tell you what, man, it's super exciting. And first time since '96 we've been 7-2.
Yep, 96.
Man, like to think like I was not even 4 years old at that time. You know what I mean? Like that's a long, long time. So it's really good. And I just want to give, your boy Durden. He was just super dangerous today. He was amazing.
Best game he's played all year for the club.
Just on him. What is he going to become? Because I get it, he's a small forward, but he's got tricks. He can do a few things up the ground. I didn't know he had that in him.
I think what I've noticed every game he's played so far, he actually works so hard. He actually gets back into the back 50 and helps the defenders out. And then you see him just bolt forward, in waves. It's, I think that's what I love about him the most. It's not, the flair, the skill, the goals and all that. He just works his butt off and he chases. And I tell you what, that's a scary thing. He could be anything, this kid. So, and, I just want to give another shout out too as well. Brody Kemp come in and needed to play a big role. And I've read a lot of reviews and things like that he's been really poor in the VFL. But for him to come in and step up the way that he did, I thought he played a really, really good game as well. So, shout out to you, Kempy.
No.
Good job.
Love it, love it. Guys, I've got a full house in the waiting room,
Yeah.
so I'm going to have to move on.
We've got one more thing to say, though. One more thing. Sydney next week.
Marky?
Also, one more other thing. Terry, I swear to God, if you thought last week you absolutely died off your nut, you're going to seriously love this. So just let me tilt the camera just quickly. Oh, hang on, sorry. I'm just trying to work out how I tilt the camera.
Just turn the phone.
Turn the phone around. All right, actually, watch this. Have you got it on screen now?
Yep,
You seeing the TV?
I'm seeing the TV.
Okay, get ready for this, because this is
I'm
how
ready.
we're all feeling.
So, you know what? Congratulations. Thanks, Ryan O'Keefe. Thanks, mate.
Oh, I got a stiffy! Because that's Sydney next week. Woo! They're dead. 8-2. We're coming for you.
See you guys. Unreal. Gox 93 with a $15 donation says, our defensive structures held up all game. Plowman in very, very good form since coming into the team. Sauce the barometer. Spot on about Lockie Plowman. Wasn't he fantastic today? Give him some credit. Ugur Cocken with a $31 says, not bad. Love your work, Ugur. Thank you very much. Gox with another one, another $15 donation. The Carlton arrogance is back, baby. It sure is. All right, let's move on. Jim.
Hey, Tez, how are you, man?
Mate, what do you mean? This is as good as it gets.
Mate, look, two things I learned. One, I go for a good football team. And number two, my fucking neighbours hate me, man. They would hate me after today. Sorry, guys. That was bad. Amazing, though. I cannot believe we won. It, backs against the wall. We had no right to win with what's been happening this week. And we fucking did it. Huge. I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, all the storyline of the week, based on how we've watched this club our whole lives, you'd think, in years gone by and just forever, really, forever it's been this type of game, this storyline, the loss of ex-players and Harry and Young, and then Leon Cameron resigning and it being his last game. I can understand why a lot of people would think back to the way it's always been and say, yeah, we're going to lose this game. I've been following this club for so long now. I know how this plays out. But this is not the same club that we've been watching. It's just not.
No, it's not. It's definitely just a different team. These players have come from nowhere as well. And Voss has just put this ridiculous trust in them. Like Durden. We always knew Durden was going to be good, but Durden is playing, Durden is top player right now. He is unreal. Charlie, unreal. Today, Plowman comes into the side, and I think he's very solid. He's getting ripped on Twitter, but he's been solid today. Really solid. So does Kemp. He made a few mistakes or whatever, but, he's played, less than 5 games for the club. So this is the sort of things, this is growth. And we go there. We've never won at the Cemetery, and we win. Incredible.
Yeah, man. I think also it's almost like a lot of people are not willing to be patient and understand that we're gonna lose. There are gonna be moments in games that don't go our way. Bruce was really good today. Brody Kemp obviously outpositioned a few times for some scoring opportunities for the Giants, but you got to ride the bumps. That's the whole journey. You've got to ride the bumps and know that the team's committed.
Yeah, spot on, mate. I just think now it's just we're 1 win closer to 12. I would love us to, sew that up as soon as possible. And then, maybe we do move the goalposts potentially. But it is about week to week. We do have to be patient as fans. We are going to lose games. Sydney is going to be a really hard game off a 5-day break now. But what an amazing way to end a hoodoo today. That's just incredible. I'm so proud as a supporter, massively proud. So speechless. Unbelievable.
Love it. Well said, my man. Thanks so much for joining.
Take it easy, mate. Enjoy your night.
See ya. All right. Benji.
Terry, mate. Oh, my God. I don't know if you remember. I came on this show 2 years ago.
I remember you.
Devastated little boy. Had no idea. Never seen any success in my life. Oh my days. I'm like speechless. I mean, we're 7-2. It's just like I can't believe it.
You've never seen this, have you?
I've never seen this. I mean, my favorite day of my life was 2013 elimination final. Just incredible. I just named some players: Durden, Zach Fisher, Charlie Curnow clutched up in the last. Our backline was incredible. Wiedering, Plowman, Kemp. Though he, I know a lot of us have said he's made a lot of mistakes, but he looked very experienced for the very few games he's played, and we've got a reliable team. We've got a very reliable football team, and it's so good to watch.
Yeah, there was no moment today where they dropped their heads. Like the Giants kicked goals. There were some things that went against us, questionable free kicks and 50-meter penalties and all of that. And it just seemed like every time the Giants had something go their way, we were able to respond straight away and make the adjustment. Maybe not as much in the second quarter, but as the game went on, I just had more confidence that we were in control the whole time. I don't really think the Giants... I don't think they were in control of the game at any point. I really do think it was played on our terms.
Yeah, I mean, we could have dropped our head when, Wiedering gave away that 50, got away with dissent. I mean, you could really fall away after the second. You could really just third quarter come out and not give anything, but we showed some heart. And then in that last quarter, 6 points up, game in the balance, and just put them away. It was just lovely to watch. I mean, it really is a delight to watch this football club at the moment.
Yeah, man. Are you going to be there on Friday?
Silly question. Stupid question. Be there or be square, Terry. I got to go, but...
I feel you, man. I feel you. Thank you so much for joining, man.
Yeah.
Wayne Montgomery with a $20 donation. Very kind, sir. Thank you so much for that. All right. Where's Kira? Kira is here.
It's different. It is absolutely different.
Yeah.
I was just watching that final quarter and I had flashbacks to Voss's press conference when he got the job, and he said, "We have hope. Now it's time to turn that into belief." And that's what I saw today, because if we didn't have belief, there's no way we win that game. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. And I should believe it because it's real. It's happening right now, but it's unbelievable. We're 3 games away from 9th position.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? How?
This year is obviously becoming the year of the turnaround, and you really only get one of these years after so many years of downtime that we've had. So that's why I've just been harping on, this is the year that it turns around. So it's, next year is going to be a lot more different because there's pressure. Whatever happens this year happens. Obviously, we want to play finals football, get that on, under the belt of these players, hopefully win a final. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But it was more about just make finals this year for the first time in however long. And I just think this year is the year that you can make the most of anything, really. It's a fascinating time to be a Carlton supporter.
Absolutely. There will be a documentary made about this year, ending the Carlton curse, because every week we say it's a danger game. Obviously, it's a danger game. Every game we play will be a danger game because we've been so bad for so long. But Richmond, North, Adelaide, GWS, come on, we've never won at that stadium ever.
Mm-hmm.
We are ending the curse. And Plowman played so well. It's just everything is, not going our way. We had injuries. We have Harry, Lewis Young out with protocols, but we're making it go our way. And it's unbelievable. Soak it all in because it's a special time to be a bagger.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, so for you, this is as good as you've seen, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like everyone else around my age, I've only really seen the 2013 final. I was born in 2003. So other than that, I've seen nothing. I've never seen us win this many games this early in the season ever. So this is just, I can't believe it. I feel like I'm living in a state of shock because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, Kira, enjoy it. I'm sure you will. We're all going to enjoy it. And will I be seeing you on Friday night?
Silly question. Of course I will be there. We've all got to be there because it'll be hard. 5-day break. We had a tough game just before. Hard hitting. So it'll be tough. But if we get there in numbers, be loud, and let's keep ending the curse.
Love it. Love your work, Kira. Good to see you.
Go Baggers.
O'Reilly.
Hey, how good was that?
How good's our footy club?
Mate, and I know people know from Queensland. Not that many know. I was actually lived all my school life in that New South Wales. So I've seen how much GWS and Sydney have demoralised us. And I tell you what, it's the biggest win this year for me, considering the circumstance, even bigger than, as big as Richmond. But just the heart and soul of the group tonight was, it makes you emotional. It makes you emotional, and it makes you dare to dream of what's actually possible with this football team. And you and I, we've both lived on this rebuild journey since it all, really started in 2016. The great thing tonight was all those players that have been involved in that in the last, 6-7 years that were picked up as part of the rebuild. They had a massive role this evening. It makes the heart stir.
Yeah, they're well and truly carrying this club now. It's, these boys, the little boys that they were, the skinny little boys with their, smaller shoulders and smaller frames. They've grown into their frames and they're becoming men and they're really leading this club, and I'm just really clearly at a point now where I'm just back on board with the journey that we're on, knowing we're going to lose at some point and we're going to have shortcomings. But even if we lost today, I knew that no matter what happened today, we were going to make sure that we had an absolute crack no matter what. And if the Giants were going to win today, they were going to have to play their best game of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And they more than came at us after the first 15 minutes. I mean,
yeah.
I said, I don't know if you remember, I said so many times last year, we were the most compromising culture in football. And now we've become, in the space of 6 to 12 months, one of the most uncompromising cultures. There's certain standards that are just met every week. Typified by, some lesser lights and that I want to highlight. First off, and it was unfortunate in the circumstances that he came in. Tonight, for me, was Matt Cottrell's best game for Carlton. As a first point, he wasn't best on ground, but it's the most mature display I've seen from him. And the way he ran the wings, and it was, it was outstanding. And he was one of many. Lockie Plowman's been mentioned by a few. Outstanding receiving. Brody Kemp had some bad moments, kept his head up. Lockie O'Brien had some really bad moments, and then came for his moments again. It's one of the gutsier wins I've seen in a long time when you consider what was about, the hoodoo we had against this mob, who had more than everything to play for someone who undeniably has been someone that shaped their football club for the better. And we steamrolled them. It's,
we put the foot down, didn't we? We did. We actually put the foot down and just took them completely out of the game.
Yeah, we absolutely did. And, you could argue it could have been over earlier because of inaccuracy, but that probably added to the narrative and how deep we had to dig. And it just, it convinces you that we are one of the absolute best teams in this competition. That one of the absolute best teams in this competition that can beat anybody. It doesn't matter if it's Fremantle at home, if it's Brisbane, if it's Melbourne, we can beat anyone. We can absolutely beat anyone. You look at the outs we had tonight and what's to come back into this side in the back end of the year. I would not want to play Carlton. I would not want to play Carlton in the last half of the year because you're going to get a dogfight.
100%. No, very well said, mate. We're cutting out from you a little bit because there's a bit of a delay, but love to see you smiling and giving me the thumbs up, mate. You enjoy.
I will see you on Friday night, my friend.
Looking forward to it.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, squad, baby!
7-2, baby!
What is going on?
We just got back to the car. We're about to head off to the airport to come home, and we're bringing home a bloody win.
Oh,
Best win
7-2.
at GWS Stadium, the shithole.
You've done well to stay alive after that soul-sucking stadium that you were at.
Oi, how good's Brett Roseberry? What a fucking cheat. Sorry for the swear words, kids. Nah, what a dog.
Can't tell a lie in this car, and he's spot on.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. But I think, like we've said, we've been speaking about it earlier with the other fan cams. so many challenges have been thrown our way this week in particular, with the storyline and losing Lewis Young and Harry Mackay, and then Leon Cameron, obviously the emotional sentiment of it being his last game, and Zach Williams, and the ability for and 8 players being 22 years of age or younger. Like, just the group just continues to tick the boxes and pass the test.
And then the storyline with Cameron. Yep. Just going to drop this. How good was Plowman?
Right?
Also going to say, before the game, I said Walshy, Samuel Peter Walsh, 2 goals, 31 touches. Bang on.
Yes, SP. Well, W, yes.
Yeah.
Matty Cottrell, mate. Come on as a sub 2 weeks in a row and made a massive impact. I don't think he gets enough love, and I think he's actually improved out of sight. He's a lot of people's whipping boy for our club.
Yeah.
And
There's a couple of them
showing great inroads lately.
But your boy, Dirts.
Isn't he something?
If he doesn't get Rising Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
So what happens now? You're going straight from where you are right now to the airport.
Go to the airport and watch the replay. Off to the airport, watch the replay before our 10 o'clock flight back to Melbourne.
Wow, amazing.
Up the baggers.
Well, you were all great. Thank you so much for everything you do. And I can't wait to see you in the crowd on Friday night, baby. Oh!
Woo! One more for the road, everyone. Up the baggers!
Love it. Alrighty. Ari Stamatakos, mate.
Mate, before I start, there's been a lot of Lockie Plowman love today. The fucking respect needs to be as loud as the disrespect was.
Agreed.
Shown to him. And I've backed him. I've backed him. And when he plowed through that player with first 30 seconds, I was like, all right, not only is he on today, everyone else is on. We spoke about the barometer from the start. He fucking showed it. And I'm so proud of this group, man.
You and I spoke about Plowman maybe on the rest, or during the week, whenever it was. And
it was after the Gold Coast game.
After Gold Coast. And we spoke about how he just didn't seem to have the attacking flair to his game that he had when he first got to the club. But especially today, it's like he was willing to really take the game on and just be a bit more forceful.
He felt like he was developing something. There was he was taking that next step. And I feel like a lot of players today took that next step. I mean, Zach Fisher, I thought had we've spoken about his season so far. He's been immense so far. And today was another example of that. And then your boy, can we talk about Corey fucking Durden? You pick on well, don't you?
You know what? We are officially changing this YouTube channel name to Corey Durden Abroad. And that's what it's going to be named from now on.
Mate, it's fully deserved. Is he a small forward? Is he a half forward? Is he a midfielder? Is he everything? Because he can be whatever he wants. Because I'm not sure we're stopping him at this stage.
I'm trying to think. It's so early in his career. He's got a lot. There's going to be some more down patches, and it's all coming and all of that, the highs and the lows. But every time I watch him play, I think to myself, like, what is his ceiling? You probably got to spend 15, 20, 30 games figuring it out as they figure themselves out. He can do a lot. He can play anywhere.
Mate, he just looks so. He plays like he's played 100 games. He just looks so comfortable and willing and composed to just take risks and to just play his game. I mean, we saw with Motlop today. I thought Motlop played very well, by the way, for his first game. But he looked, as you would expect from a first gamer, he looked timid. He looked maybe not shirking contests because that's obviously very harsh. But he looked to just find his feet, find his footing. Whereas Durden's played 8 games and he's playing like 150 gamer. Is something else.
It's exciting. How about Jack Silvani today, man? Just putting the ice on the game, just a little banana, the little.
It's all right. Because he only gets a game because of Steve. So
yeah,
what do we know? Playing him because of his surname, after all. So, but this group. I mean, I think it was after the Richmond game. I've never been prouder. I think that the feeling of just happiness and pride and just. It's a feeling I don't think I've ever felt, because I've seen wins. I mean, like, obviously a lot of people might have spoken about the elimination final, and then you go maybe like Jack Newnes after the sign example for like just real thrills. But this is something different. It's different. It's something I don't think I've ever felt before in sport.
No,
it's just, mate. And if I'm telling you, if we go out next week and we win, and we're 8-2, we're 8-2. I said this last week. When was the last time we've won 8 games with 4 rounds to go in a season? When was the last time we won 8 games in a season in general? And we could be 8-2 with 10 games played.
2012, 2013, I think was the last time we won 8. Or I'm gonna have to check that, but it's been, mate. It's been a minute. That's what it's been.
Oh yeah, it's been fucking more than a minute. It's been an hour.
It's been
Jesus
a minute.
Christ.
No, it's good. It's cool because like I really sense this different connection with the supporter base. Because like for a lot of us, like I'm in the same boat as you. Like this is the best thing I've ever seen. This is the best Carlton I've seen, obviously since 2011. Obviously we played off in the final and
should have made the prelim.
Correct. So that was one little bit of experience, but you know, with this group, we're all riding this together. We're all experiencing this for the first time with this group together. It's really exciting.
And there's still room to grow.
Yeah.
And I do sense myself getting frustrated by maybe execution at times by some players ranging from like first gamers to 150 games, 200 games, right? But I'm not getting frustrated at the decisions anymore. That's what I feel like is such a drastic change to last year and 2 years ago where like I kept saying every 5 minutes, why are you kicking it there? Why are you handballing it there? Now it's like, all right, good idea, but you just maybe hit it 15 meters short or whatever. But that will come. That will come. We're picking the right decisions 9 times out of 10, and it's putting faith now. Like I have faith in pretty much everyone in this group now. There's not even. I mean, we spoke about playing before, but even Cottrell, even Nunes, who have been divisive figures. I think that's a good way to put it. But now I just have this faith that even if they don't pull out the 9 out of 10 games, like a 9 out of 10 every game, they're going to be there and they're going to put in 110%, and they're going to act in a way which I haven't seen players act for this club before. It's
Correct.
just, mate, there's something else.
I can't wait. Is it a silly question to ask if you're going to be there on Friday?
Come on, mate. Come on.
Let me have it. Let me have it.
I don't. But actually, I kind of feel like I just want to step back tomorrow, next Friday, and just take everything in. I don't want to. I almost feel like I don't want to be in amongst it. I want to just look at it and just observe it and just take it all in from the outside rather than just. But do you know what I mean by being caught up in it all, riding every bump, riding every tackle? I just kind of want to step back and just be like, this is something special. This is something special. To just be conscious of the moment that you're in. I feel like that's what we need to be. We are getting caught up in, all right, we've won. All right, what about next week? Oh, what about the week after? Or who's going to replace Zach Williams? All right, that's going to be discussion for Monday. It's going to be discussion for the show for next week. It's been an hour or whatever it is since the game finished. Let's just be conscious of the moment and just take it in, because like you said, this group is developing before our eyes, and this is the change. This is the I spoke about this with my dad like a couple of seconds ago. I was like, it's going to turn. One day it's going to turn and you're going to feel it. It's turned.
This is it.
It's turned right now. And if you're not, be conscious of the moment. Be fully invested right now, because it's turned and we're coming around the track and we're here. They're not smelling what we're cooking anymore, because the fucking meal's been made and we're right here. We're right here.
Love it.
It's on a silver platter, mate. Oh, it's so good. So good.
It's good to see. No, it's good to see. Good to see you happy up and about, mate. We will chat throughout the week, the rest on Wednesday, and we'll go from there.
There we go. Thanks, Tez.
All right, mate. Kyle.
Terry.
Mate.
How you going?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm very well. I'm very well.
How good is our footy club?
They're pretty bloody good. They are pretty bloody good. I just don't believe it whenever I watch the team play. It's just I've never really seen the team play that well, because everyone's talking about like what we did 10 or so years ago, but I'm only 16 and I wasn't heavily into the footy back then. So this year is pretty much the first time I've actually seen something promising from the side. And I tell you what, it's been a difficult journey, but at the moment I'm feeling good, and the club looks good, and Vossi is doing great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for supporters like you who are experiencing this for the first time, this is really why we were so, upset and emotional last year and the year before and the year before that, because all we wanted was to see our investment in our time pay off. Because ultimately, let's be honest, it's tough to latch onto a club who's been so poor for so long when you're a youngster. Like you don't want to waste your time, and youngsters don't have the attention or the interest to stay for too long. I mean, if it's 1 or 2 years of a down patch, fair enough. But when we're talking about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years, it's tough. So to see you all get that reward and us get that reward for sticking fat, hopefully this is only the beginning of it all, but it's exciting.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, like everyone's been saying it, the Lockie player, but what an absolute superstar. Put 3 votes next to his name. I'm a hater of Lockie Plowman. I've never really liked him that much, but today he absolutely pulled his head out of his ass and he actually did something. So, up the Plowman.
Love it, mate. Love it. Are you going to be there on Friday night?
Silly question, Terry. Of course I am, mate. Of course I am.
Love it.
I also wanted to give a shout out to the backline coach. I'm not sure who it is, but whatever he's doing something right, because our backline is just, let's be honest, it's pretty crappy at the moment, and they're just doing the right thing, and our backline just look great every time it goes in. I'm confident that they're not going to get a big score out of it. I'm confident in the back line, which I have felt in the past with Liam Jones in there, but it was only relying on those 2 pillars, Liam Jones and Jacob Wiedering. But now I can feel I can rely on anyone, and they will get the job done. So, yeah.
No, well said. Well, the backline coach is Aaron Hamill, and I think you make a really good point, because our backline has had some of the most ridiculous challenges to it in terms of who we wanted in there from round 1 and who has now been injured since then and who we've had to replace and bring in and shift. We've gone from Parks to McDonald to, McGovern. Then we've brought back in, we've brought in Young, we've brought in Kemp, and obviously we're going to have to figure out something else now that Williams looks like he's going to be missing for a while. So the challenges just keep coming our way, but such is life, and great teams are the ones that are able to make the challenges look like they're not even challenges. And right now we're just doing that.
Yeah, and I definitely think Motlop deserves he deserves a few more games. I reckon he showed quite a bit today for a debutant, and yeah, he was awesome. And your mate Corey Durden, what a star! What a star! Did absolutely everything down around the ground. He was playing in the back line, then he was playing in the forward line, then he was playing in the midfield. I didn't know where to look for him, but he was just always there. So he was never too far away, which is great to see.
100%, mate. Well said. Thanks for jumping on.
Thank you, Terry. I'll see you on Friday.
Done. See you, my man. Josh.
Pez, mate.
Mate.
I've never been this happy. With this club in so long. I don't know. And just a reminder, Warper is back. He's fucking back. 2 goals, 31 touches. What more can you expect? He's probably taken the 3 votes of Cripps.
You're right. He had a different... I mean, obviously the goals were big in the first quarter. He really set the tone for us. But there were so many contests, even in our defensive 50 today, where it was tight and it was a lot of pressure, and he just ran the ball out and just made the right decision and just looked really assured. And I think you're spot on. I think he's always good, but today there was a real elevation.
Yeah, I think 100%. He only had kicked 1 goal before today, so he's back in Brownlow form, hopefully for a bit longer than just 1 game. But I'm really happy. Everyone's standing up. I've never seen this before. I can't name a single player today who had a bad game. Everyone's standing up. This is awesome.
No, I think that's a good point. I think I saw someone in the comments saying we shouldn't be talking about the bottom six anymore in that concept because everyone plays a role. We have stars. We have, the guys that get a lot more of the ball and get more opportunities to have the ball in the midfield and the forward and in the back line. But you're right. It's the Plowmans. It's the Jack Noonses. It's the Lockie O'Briens. These guys they all want a piece of it. And you can just sense like there's just this hunger within this group.
There is.
Fascinating.
What about Cottrell? I was really at the start of the year, I was really unsure about him. And he's just come in and he's been great. He's actually been really solid, I think. He's been so much better. Like last year, he's a running machine. This year, he's not only a running machine, he actually will go chase. His kick has gotten better. He's more aware. Everyone's improved. I can't believe it. It's just been fantastic.
Cottrell's an interesting one. I said last week, just looks incrementally better every year. And when you think about it, think about when he first got to the club to now, you can see the development. 3 more years of this incremental improvement, and then we're going to look back and say, wow, he's really become a well-rounded player.
He's going to become a solid player. And there's your boy Durden. Fish has played the last 3 games in a row for Fish. He's been unreal. Lively in the ball, around the ball. His kicking's been better. Durden, far out. His pressure, he just chases nonstop. If we don't get everyone come to Marvel on Friday night. Everyone watching this, get down to Marvel. If you're in Sydney or Queensland, book your ticket and get down to Marvel. I don't care. This 8-2. Come on, let's push it for finals. Not even finals anymore. Top 4. Let's push it. Let's go.
I love it, Josh. I'm going to see you on Friday. I have a feeling I'll bump into you at some point. Enjoy the win.
You too, mate. Let's go. Go the Baggers.
Webby.
Okay, mate. I had to come on. Come on tonight.
You did. You did need to come on.
Is this real?
It's
Is this
real.
real?
It's real.
7-2. Say that again, Joe, with me. 7
and 2.
Wow.
I think slowly but surely, obviously I do the Instagram page and you put up a little post at halftime and you're like, what did you think of that? And just the negativity. And I didn't feel like we were going to lose the game. I felt like we were in control the whole game. The second quarter, we probably just didn't adjust to the tempo change and the conditions. We probably over-handballed a little bit. Yeah. And then, but it happens. It's a game of football. You have ebbs and flows, but I really never felt like we weren't in control of that game today, which is a really weird thing to feel.
Your boys. I'll start with Fisher.
Okay.
Right? Because I've been hard on him. Right?
Yes, you have.
And fair enough too. You've got to admit that.
Not this year.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll agree to disagree on Fisher so far. Okay. But his last 3 games, he's around the ball, mate. He's around the ball. He makes smart decisions. He's a good kick, right? He's just him and Durden and the lesser likes, I thought as well. I thought Cottrell was pretty good today, and Jack Salvani, God, he goes and he goes. He doesn't give up. He presents all day. He was taking the PI 55 at times. He's so underrated, I reckon, Jack. So underrated.
I think even guys like Jack Noons, for all the things that people will point out about Lockie O'Brien and not being strong in the contest, I think Jack Noons on the other wing provides that hardness, and he might not have the same polish by foot that O'Brien has, but he's got the complement of the toughness, and he cracks in and he spoils, and he's a big body. And we've got 8 players today. I'm going to keep saying it. We've got 8 players today that are 22 or younger that played.
Crazy.
So to have bigger body guys in the team that can help out with that is crucial. I think Jack Noons deserves a lot of kudos.
some of these whipping boys, like my boy O'Brien, I have backed him because he can kick, mate. He can kick the football. He can hit a target, and he got bloody run down in that second quarter, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna come for him, but well,
I felt the same thing.
Carl supporters like O'Brien makes one bloody mistake, and it's like he's no good, he's rubbish. We got to delist him, but like he's our best ball user. I don't care what anyone says, mate. He's our best ball user at the club.
He's one of our best for sure. He's got a really and the thing with Lockie is we all know that he's got a beautiful kick. It's just about, can he work hard enough to get himself in the positions to be effective, and he's another one that's going to have ups and downs, and it's just about,
he played 48 games as well, mate.
Yeah, and it's like, are you willing to ride the bumps? I'm in a situation where I'm like, I want all these boys to have 2 or 3 preseasons under Vossi, because that's when we're really going to see, like, we're seeing 1 preseason under Vossi. Can you imagine 2 to 3 when they start really maturing? Like, we're going to start bullying teams before we know it. Have a listen to me. Who do I think I am? We're going to start bullying teams.
I just want supporters to embrace the moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
I get it.
Enjoy every second of this, because it's been so long, Terry. So long for us, right? Like you're 31, I'm 32. Haven't seen any of this for a decade. Let's just get behind them, embrace them, and just enjoy the moment. We're 7-2, mate. How many games did Carlton win last year? 7 or 8. So
yeah,
that's improvement. That is improvement.
Spot
on. And we're doing this without, Mackay, Young, Pitternet, McGovern. The list goes on and on. We're still winning. Structure over personnel. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm very
Webby,
happy.
I know I don't have to ask if you're going to be there on Friday, because I know you will be, mate. So I don't think I'll be asking you, but I look forward to seeing how many of us turn up on Friday night.
Thank you, mate. Enjoy it. Enjoy this, will you?
See you, mate. Love it. Zach.
Hey, mate. Oh, wow. Remember the times when, like, there used to be that stat. I don't know. They used to show it every day, every game. It was like, Carlton can never kick 100 points. They failed to kick over 100 points this many times every season. Mate, we're doing that, and we're winning, and we have a point to prove now. Every game we go out, and there's no meaningless games. That's not a thing. We're coming out with a point to prove. I think at the start of the season as well, like, we had players who have come off a crap season. They had a point to prove. And Voss coming in when he came from Brisbane, people were saying, is he the right appointment? I thought he was. I thought, because he had a point to prove, the players had a point to prove, their ideologies were going to come together. And, just so good.
It is, mate. It is. It's moving into this different part for me now, because obviously it's been so exciting, beating Richmond and then winning 3 in a row, or being 2-0, and then it was, I think when we were, like, last week was big for me, like 6-2. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then I kind of thought, I did think it would make sense. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we lost today, gallantly and all of that, given the history there and what was happening. But for us to come out today, and I don't know, and control the tempo, because I think most people thought the Giants would control the intensity and they would come out and set the tone with the intensity of the game. But for us to do it, and not only do it for the first quarter, but do it for the game, excuse me, was the most pleasing part. And then to just run away with it in the fourth and just put the foot down. That's the best part.
Yeah. And so many times this season now, even when they're creeping up, the opposition, even when we give away a few goals, I'm relaxed. I have trust, and I think Voss has trust in the players, no matter who's there. And that the players have trust in his system as well. We have now so many small forward, just for example, who can come into this team. Like, I don't know, this is more of a thing that it's not going to happen for a little bit. But could you imagine when we pretty much have no injuries and there's a full team to choose from? How are the selectors going to do it? I don't understand how they're going to do it. There's going to be some players who are just going to have a really harsh miss because of the talent that we have, and we're executing really well with that talent at the moment. It's so good.
No, well said. Am I going to be asking you a silly question if I ask you if you're going to be there on Friday?
Pretty much, I should be.
Love it. Well, Matt, I look forward to hearing the Raw this Friday. It's going to go
Oh,
off. I can't help but feel like if there's people out there that haven't been on board at this point for whatever reason, surely now it's been proven.
I was on board round one. What are you talking about?
Yeah, for sure. No,
Yeah.
I look forward to it. I'm just enjoying every bit of it. I mean, this is the quickest hour that I remember having.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
it's flying. But, mate, great stuff. We'll chat to you throughout the week and enjoy yourself.
You too. See you soon.
All right. Lucky last. I love leaving this one to last. The greatest book collection in Melbourne. Mate, Beachy.
How fucking fantastic is this? We are fucking 7-2, ladies and gents. 7-2. Enjoy this while you have this, because it is not going to come round often. And I am fucking enjoying this like everybody else.
No, it's special, isn't it? It's, every week I'm starting to believe more than what I thought I would believe in this team this year. I just thought this team would, hopefully win more games than we lose and find a way to win 12 games and then next year really be the launch pad. But it's starting to get to the point now where I'm thinking anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Those losses to Freo and Sydney and Gold Coast Interstate, they don't look as bad now because, we've backed it up when we have been required to. We've beaten 2 sets of birds, we've beaten a feline, and now we've knocked off a giant. When I said to you prior to the game starting, the bigger the giant, the harder it falls. And that's exactly what happened.
You did say that. That was a very good one by you. Obviously the Giants showed a bit in that probably the second half of the first quarter. They got it back on their terms, so to speak. I think the second quarter they were pretty good as well. And I just knew getting into halftime, and I think someone put a comment up in the comments just before about the fade outs, because we were coming out in the third quarters this year, early season, and not having good third quarters. And I think over the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've really rotated that and turned that around. And now we're coming out in that quarter. And Beachy, I know that the Carlton Football Club is the creator of the Premiership Quarter. I don't want to get too carried away, but I will. The Premiership Quarter is back, my friend.
Oh, exactly right. We saw it against North. We saw it against Adelaide. Prior to that, it was probably the banana quarter, as the Jumper Bunch boys were calling it. But you know what? That was only temporary, because now Voss has found a way to implement that Premiership Quarter mentality back into the group. It doesn't matter who's been playing. The fact of the matter is they've got that mentality back to back themselves in and to nail them dead, which has just been fantastic to watch.
No, spot on, mate. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy and grateful. And it's so cool that we have, one day this will be the movie of the Carlton Football Club fan base that we document every week from the bad times to the good times. So it's just been really cool to see your face here from the beginning of it all. And mate, let's just enjoy the rest of this year every week, right?
Absolutely. And really, Terry, the credit goes to you, because you're the one that's documenting this stuff for all of us to be a part of. Right? There are people that are a lot younger that they probably won't even remember this. Right? I've got a much younger cousin who was only born this year, but maybe when he's old enough, people like me will be showing this to him and explaining this is what it's like to be part of something great. And now you get a chance to see it all unfold before your eyes.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Our great-grandchildren will one day watch us in 100 years from now. So that's the special part. Mate, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I know you'll be there on Friday.
Oh, you bet your ass I'm going to be there. And I'm bringing my dad as well because he hasn't been to a game yet this season. So this is going to be fantastic.
Love it. Good on you, Beachy. Have a good one, mate.
Cheers, Tez.
What a star. We'll go with another $31 donation. Says he just noted the third quarter fade outs are gone. Yes, they are. They're absolutely gone. Thank you very much, Ugur. Guys, that's it. Round 9 fan cams done and dusted. That was great. It's just getting to be pure bliss now, week to week. You know that no matter what, we're going to come out and we're going to play with the hunger and the tenacious attitude, and you know we're going to make mistakes, but you know we're not going to drop our heads. And it's a really, really special time to be watching the club. Less than 12 months ago, we're sitting here wondering, like, what the fuck's going on? And it's diabolical, and there's no connection. And everything we asked for in the off-season in terms of change has happened up until this point. So it's great. I hope you're all enjoying it and living in the moment. I'm going to jump off now, have a drink of water again, and I'm going to jump straight into the review. So that'll be out before you go to bed tonight. So thanks for being a part of it. Have a good one, and go the Mighty Blues.